and these are short and long term fixes. On page 80, you got your asthma plan. Um, Most people know that when the pollen season come around, what they got, they can't talk, they sneezing. So actually, what they should do is at least a month to 2 weeks before that season, start taking the medication that you take before that season come in. You at least got the medication in your system, which will kind of help subside the seriousness of it. Because in the fall of the year is usually when my allergies kick in because everything is dry, the leaves and stuff, and then I get to coughing. But because I've been on I used to go to employee health a lot for it. I know what they gave me to do, so that's what I keep in my house. So when September come in, I know to be on my I'm take allergy medicine every day, but I have another one that kicks in. But if I take both of them, I'm dry. I'm too dry. So when I know I'm getting ready to hit that wheezing, I go ahead and start taking the nighttime one. But keeping that Sudafed and my allergy medicine on hand, I haven't had a major issue where I've had to go to the doctor because I'm on top of it. And the same thing with kids. You notice your child not breathing right, first thing you need to do is you should have the asthma stuff on hand. Don't wait till you got to go to the doctor and get the prescription. That's crazy.
Right. That's right.
That's crazy. So then the child is breathing and can't breathe, wind up in the emergency room. Okay, here's the EpiPen, which is not it's a sudden thing because not all the time are you touching stuff that you know you're not supposed to touch because you're allergic to it. This is the old one, and you pull the cap off, and you outer side of the thigh, you jab it in. I'm not doing this hard right now. Okay, when you do it, you hear it click, and this pops out. That lets you know that the needle has gone in. Then with the old one, you rub the spot that you just jabbed. You don't worry about taking clothes off. It has to go right through the clothes. You ain't got time to take pants and stuff off. So then once you rub it for 10 seconds, that should make the medicine penetrate through. With the new one, you don't have to do that. The new one talks to you. And
this trainer contains no needle or drug. If you are ready to use, pull off red safety guard. To inject, place black end against outer thigh, then press firmly and hold in place for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Injection complete.
So is it a needle on it?
not on here, but when it's real, it is a needle. And the needle injects the medication into your system.
Oh, wow.
2 years ago, maybe 3 now, this was pulled off from the market because medication was not getting to the individuals that was using it. And when they came off the market, then this one went from $100 for 2 to $600.
That's a lot.
Robbing.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And Congress brought the head owner of the company before them, and she had to explain why they were so high and why they jumped up like that. No soon these people came back on the market, they pulled theirs. Some of theirs weren't reaching the person who needed it, and so they had to redo them. So it's not good to be ugly.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said.
It's not good to be ugly.
Not.
So it's 2 brothers here in Virginia that created this one.
Okay, good.
And this one is also shaped like the Narcan that they give for folks who have an overdose with this fentanyl and all that kind of stuff that the police are using.
Okay.
Yeah. I think CVS, I don't know if they created an EpiPen or they created their own Narcan
Okay.
where you can buy for like $9. But some places were giving it to people who they knew that the parents were dealing with kids that were on drugs. They what is the opioids and the fentanyl and all that kind of stuff. And that fentanyl is nothing to play with. You can just be in the room where that stuff is and pass out. They were talking about a couple of police officers in Petersburg and places passed out behind just being around that stuff. Or you go to touch something in the room where you doing your search and you get it on your skin and the next thing you out. It's crazy.
Hey, dang.
Yeah. On page 84, it's talking about your diabetes, the things, insulin, and that was something that's been on the news. I'm in the diabetes group, and I've learned about the type 1 and type 2, and then there's a type 1.5, and with those, always in the past, a type 2 person was on the insulin. But the type 1s and the type 1.5, some of those, they have the automatic pumps that they have to wear. And so when the sugar level goes down, it automatically administers insulin. Well, was it up in Michigan? They just showed on the news where this lady took a bus full of people to Canada. Because in the United States, it's almost like $300 and $400 for 2 vials of insulin, and they're going over to Canada and they can get 1 vial for $30, and it's crazy. And so I can imagine what people are going through that unless they got Medicare or something that they got good insurance.
That's right.
It's hard for them to buy that medication.
That's right.
And so if something happened with their sugar level and they need that medication, especially the type 1s and type 1.5s, it's crazy.